Uh, Hello, hi everyone. This is Ujjwal Jain. Welcome to my channel Purpose Fuel Passion. And so today, for fueling your passion, we have one guest and one of my friend Aditi Sharma. She is working in Deloitte and she is going to share you the questions which has been asked to her in interview of Deloitte. She is a CA dropout. Even after being dropout, she got selected in one of the top companies in India as well as in the world also. One of the big four, Deloitte. And I firstly welcome Aditi. Hi Aditi.
Hi Ujjwal, how are you?
I am fine. What about you?
I'm also fine.
Okay, so now without wasting time, let's come to the questions part. Aditi has already been a CA dropout and joining to the Big Four, it's a very great achievement. So how you made it?
Actually, it's a kind of very long story. It took me 1 year to get into one of the topmost big fours in the world, and so it was really a long journey, which I can't really share in few words or in just a little bit of time. So you just ask me questions, and I will give you answers for that.
Okay, okay, sure. Whether you need any reference or something for getting into the Big Four, because generally Big Four don't select persons without clearing CA inter or something for even both groups for articleship.
Like it's really true. Big fours generally never take uh, even single group cleared students so easily. So yes, there was one person who really helped me a lot. And when I was actually applying for investment banking roles, not for uh, audit or taxation, but I got selected into auditing only at last. So that was really a 1 year journey. So what happened now, when I was applying in Deloitte?
So that's your profile.
Yes, that my profile is I'm into risk
Okay.
advisory internal audit in Deloitte, and I actually applied for corporate finance role at first, and I really got a call from HR for the same role, but my interview wasn't scheduled for that same role. Then after a few days, that HR only
So
called me for internal audit role for Mumbai location. But then again, my interview wasn't scheduled for the same. And then after a few days, I applied for internal audit only at Deloitte, but Bangalore location. So from there, I got a call for interview. And within few days only, my interview was scheduled. First interview with manager, and then it was 2 3 days I didn't get any call, but in between I got a call from one person who helped me a lot, and he asked
okay.
me if you want to work with Deloitte. So I said yes, but I told him that I have just now given interview for internal audit Bangalore location, and I asked him, shall I
Okay.
call HR
So how
or
many rounds are there?
just 2 rounds, one uh, manager and one partner round. And after that, I got the offer
Okay.
letter.
So in that there may be some questions they are like technical questions they may be asking.
Yes,
So can you provide a brief about those questions so that our viewers can be able to learn those questions or practice them for future references?
yes. First round with manager was more of a technical and less of some other questions, which are just basic questions about you and your future plans and all. So technical part was more, like even they asked the basic questions like journal entries, plus they also asked the questions related to the industry they want you to work for after getting into their company. So they asked me normal journal entries, plus they asked me risk involved in e-commerce industry, about P2P. They asked about a few essays, AS, and a little bit about taxation, because if they are taking me for internal audit, so they ask me questions around that. And apart from this, they asked me questions related to my CV, like I had an exposure, various exposure during my articleship related to internal audit, business intelligence, and few other fields. So they asked me about all such things, like what all were key findings, which I for the internal audit, in which I was involved during my articleship, and about risk which can be involved in e-commerce industry. So all such questions were asked.
Okay. So Aditi, as you said, like they asked you standards on auditing. So what standards on auditing they covered? Like
Like,
SA 500 or something like that?
yes, SA 500 they covered, and about that going concern one, they that also they covered, and I think so one more essay was covered, essay 299. So actually it's a kind of long time back,
Okay.
so exactly I don't remember, but yes,
Joint audit. Okay, I understood.
they ask such
Like
questions.
responsibility of joint auditors.
Yes, and a little bit
Okay.
I was nervous, but
Um,
I handled it then afterwards, because I got habitual of giving interviews. So that really helped me a lot. My failures helped me a lot in cracking the interview of Deloitte.
Okay. So what type of like tips or guidance you will like require to or you can provide to our users so that they can practice, like whether they focus on standards on auditing, whether they focus on accounting standards, whether they focus on taxation, or whether they need to focus on all, because they can ask any questions. So
True.
as per my opinion, we need to focus on all. But what's your opinion?
See, you can never say like for what industry or for what company they are recruiting you. So such type of questions you can never practice. Like risk involved in which industry, that you can never practice. Even if you are practicing for few industries and they come up with some other question, so you cannot prepare yourself for that. So what you can do is like give interviews for different companies. Like in my case, the same thing happened. In the beginning, I wasn't habitual of giving interviews. Even I used to remain so nervous. Even I used to remain so I used to remain fear. I used to face so fear while giving interviews. So in the beginning, I was so poor, but I used to write it down, the questions which are asked from me from different recruiters, that I used to note down, and I used to prepare for that in my next interviews. Whichever companies interviews get scheduled, I used to prepare those questions. So those failures helped me in clearing out,
Okay.
cracking this interview. Like one question I remember, P2P process, when it was asked in some other company, I couldn't answer that question because I never prepared for that. I just prepared for normal essays, AS, journal entries, and financial statements analysis. Such type of things I prepared. Plus I prepared about my CV. Whatever I'm writing true things, so I just used to prepare about that. And I never prepared about this risk thing and P2P process, O2C process. These I never used to prepare, but when it was
So
asked,
Aditi,
yes.
so you want to like conclude like while you give the interviews, you will be able to like get the questions what their recruiters may ask, but it depends upon the profile you are going for.
True. Like
Oh, okay, okay. So the conclusion is like we need to prepare ourselves, like go for accounting standards, go for standards on auditing, go for other things like taxation, which you have read in the intermediate, or if you are appearing for the final, then also you need to prepare for that so that you can crack the interviews and like that. And yeah, Aditya, also you have a YouTube channel, and
yes,
I will share the description of that in my description also definitely, and your website link will be also be shared. Okay, so it
sure.
will be useful for you also. And thanks for coming on my YouTube channel and sharing the insights of how you crack the interview of the life. Even after getting dropout and getting selected in the before like firms is a very good opportunity, and yeah, it's a very good achievement also.
True.
Thank you for
It
coming.
is. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.